they are withdrawing this petition for a divorced child, and it's quite interesting. The source says that they've been talking things out and they've been getting along for the past week or two, and now all of a sudden they don't want to get a divorce anymore. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Kim, listen, I guess a congratulations is in order for the reconciliation of the situation. And it never really made sense to me why we're spending so much money on lawyer bills instead of paying off the $2,400 credit card, Target credit card, and things of that nature. Like, girl, pay your bills. However, I feel duped because why do I feel like this was all for no reason? Why do I feel like, I was rooting for this woman to get back onto the television screen? And I would say over the past week or two, like I was rooting for Kim to come back to the TV screen. And then I started to think about it, and I'm like, this girl isn't going to show us the real life. This girl isn't really going to show us the demise of her family and her relationship and her marriage. This girl really isn't going to show us the foreclosure and the mortgage and the IRS and the credit card Target bill. This woman isn't really going to show us how she's able to afford $1,700 a month on water. This girl really isn't going to show us why she had Ariel and Brielle out there at LAX lying on her behalf, talking about how, this foreclosure is one big misunderstanding. Like, she wasn't really going to give us the real. She wasn't really going to go up to the TV screen and apologize for her microaggressions, talking about, I don't want to be outside Deshaun's backyard eating chicken and mac and cheese and collards. You weren't going to apologize for the microaggression, talking about, I need to lock my doors when I make it to Cascade. Candy lives in the ghetto. She brought out the ghetto. When the true tea is that Kim Zolciak lives in the ghetto. A home that you cannot afford is pretty ghetto to me. Is she going to apologize for saying that a black woman had roaches when it was a water bug? Are you going to apologize for that? Are you going to apologize for... So she was never going to apologize for those microaggressions. And listen, it's funny because Deshaun Snow really should cuss her ass out. I mean, they're in a scene. They'll be in a scene together this upcoming Sunday. Sheree brings back all the OGs minus Lanithia Leaks. It's a very shady situation. And Deshaun, I've been rooting for you as well for years. And you're sitting up there in that scene, quiet as a mouse. And I'm like, Deshaun, the girls already think you're boring. Like, say something. Say something. What happened to Eric Snow? I never got the truth to that story. What happened with that? Where are the kids? What is going on? All right. So anyways, yeah, that's Kim Zolciak. Kim, I'm no longer rooting for you. I did want to see you sell those wigs, those nasty wigs with the lice and the dirt and the grime and the mildew and the mildew and mold and all of those things and the crust. And I wanted to see you ship them out via FedEx. But listen, I guess we're never going to see it. I don't think we're ever going to see her. She says she's coming back to TV, but I don't think it'll be Housewives if I'm really being realistic. Speaking of another couple breaking up, Monique Samuels, she is on to the what is that, Instagram Live. And y'all, the different thing about this, so we have Latasha possibly leaving Rocky and him cheating on Latasha. Then we have Kim and Kroy no longer getting a divorce, but their life is still a mess. And then we have Monique. This situation is a little bit more unique where they have filed for divorce. I don't know if they're going to get back together. It doesn't seem that way. Because in this clip, Monique seems pretty happy. She seems at peace.
It becomes like a battlefield. So you get to a point where you also have to consider the fact that we have 3 little people that are literally looking at us and they're taking notes and they're like, okay, this is what's normal. And it's not normal. So, so that's where we are. You guys don't have to be sorry. It's just a part of life. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. Some people stay married forever. Some people don't. My parents were married for 23 years and got divorced. I know couples that have been married for 60 years and they're miserable and they literally let their whole life just fade away, So, it's really what you make it. And if you get to a point where you're like, you know what, we have grown so far apart that it may be best that we focus on ourselves individually and then focus on the 3 important people in our lives, which is our children. And that's what we decided to do.
She seems at peace. She seems like she's on her happiness journey, her self-love journey. And I think that's beautiful. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below.